Hey guys, today we're making fermented garlic honey. You're going to want gloves unless you want your fingers to smell really bad. I'm going to start by shelling all of this garlic, and I won't show it to you because it's arduous and boring. After you're done shelling all of those, go through and take off anything with a knife that doesn't look good, that maybe is a bit rotten or moldy or just a little wound that the garlic has, and just go ahead and get rid of it. You don't need that in there. You'll see some of them go deeper than you think, so hack away at it until you find there. And just a bit more. And put them in the jar. I want to give a huge shout out to Alan Homesteading, my sister's profile, my sister's page on Facebook. I've already cut these. She's really my inspiration behind making all of these things like the fire cider and the fermented honey garlic and some other things that are coming. Spoiler, stick around. She's really the inspiration behind all of those things. I really appreciate her teaching me a bit about them, and she makes the most amazing tinctures and balms and tallow and all that cool stuff. So I'm gonna tag her page in the description, or the description. Sorry, I can't do two things. I can't talk and cut garlic at the same time, apparently. But I'll tag her. Go follow her if you enjoy just some like really great, wholesome, low-key homesteading stuff. She's incredible. Huge shout out to my sister at Alan Homesteading. So with this, we are going to remember that we have to keep the garlic covered with honey at all times. If the garlic is sticking up out of the honey, we need to either push it down with one of those glass fermentation lids, or just swirl it around and make sure that the honey is covering the tops of the garlic. You also want to leave about 1 inch of room or headspace at the top of the jar, because this will create the fermentation process of the garlic and the honey will create gases, and you will need to burp this during the first couple weeks or maybe 3 weeks of fermentation. So it needs to be swirled, it needs to be burped. Not as much work as a sourdough, but you know, you got to put in some work with this one. It is not the most beginner friendly. Oh, this one's got quite a bit of nasty in it. Some foofies. Let's get rid of those. So yeah, you're going to need to burp this. Make sure that the garlic is always covered in honey. Any bits of garlic that are just sticking up out of the honey for extended period of time can go bad, can go rancid, can create mold, so you want to do that. If the garlic stays covered in the honey, this is shelf stable for, I don't know, I don't want to give misinformation, but years at least. So this is good for salad dressings, for marinades, for putting on top of roasted vegetables, for drizzling on top of some nice sourdough with goat cheese, and it's also really good for a tonic for sore throats. So it's really multi-purpose. It's a good thing to have in your pantry. I'm going to do the rest of this and meet you back when it's time to add the honey. So as you can see, the honey has settled and there are still some air pockets in there. I've left about 1 inch of headspace at the top, and because the garlic has some air pockets in it and because it does want to float, fresh garlic will want to float. See this sucker up here floating already? That's why we are going to burp it every day to let the gas out, and to turn it upside down every day to make sure that all of those air pockets and bubbles eventually work their way up to the top. And that way we can prevent the botulism. So we are done for now. I have a sanitized lid. I'm going to go ahead and screw that on just finger tight and let it, and then quarter back, turn it a bit to let some air out. I'm going to let it sit like this till tomorrow. Tomorrow I am going to burp it, and then I'm going to close it tightly and turn it over, flip it over on its lid so that some of the air can get out, and so that floating garlic at the top can get covered. And then I'm going to do the same thing, rinse and repeat until the super fizzy fermentation period is over, and then it should be good. It should be shelf stable for years after that.